Oh, thinking about all the younger years, there was only you and me. We were young and wild and free.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, Miss.
How are you today?
I'm good, Miss. How about you?
I'm good too, thank you. Okay, before we start our class today, we will pray together, alright? So, praying begins. Praying finish. Okay, thank you, students. Now, I will take your attendance first before we start learning. Okay, so please listen carefully and raise your hand if your name are mentioned. Alright?
Yes.
Okay, Nurhayda, present Miss. Aida,
Present, Miss.
Miftah, present Miss. Miratul,
Present, Miss.
Citra, present Miss. Bulan,
Present, Miss.
Halimuti, present Miss. Cicing, present Miss. Wahyu, Fitri,
Present, Miss.
okay. All of you are here, students. Good job. Now, our topic is about descriptive text of place, alright? But before we start our material today, I will explain about the learning objective first, okay? Please turn on the Okay, so students, this is the learning objective, the imaginative. The first is you are expected to be able to understand the social function of descriptive text related to certain places. Alright, and then the second one is you are expected to be able to understand about the structure of descriptive text related to certain places correctly. And then the third is you are expected to be able to evaluate the linguistic elements of descriptive text after analyzing the structure of the text. And then the last one is you are expected to be able to create descriptive text related to the certain places. Alright? Until here, any questions, students?
No, Miss.
Alright, so this is our material today. It's about descriptive text of place. But before that, I will form you a group, and then each group consists of 4 people. Okay? Your group is based on your attendance list. So the absent 1 to absent number 4, and then absent number 5 to absent number 8, and then so on. Alright? Okay, please gather with your group today. Now. Okay, have you finished?
Yes, Miss.
Alright. So this group students, now you have gathered with your new group, and then this group is called an expert group. Jadi ini merupakan kelompok ahli, ya. Kelompok baru kalian itu dinamakan kelompok ahli. And then what should you do in your expert group? So the first group will find the material about definition of descriptive text, right? And then the second group will find the material about the social function of descriptive text. And then the third group will find the material about the structure of descriptive text. And then the last one is the language features in the descriptive text. Is it clear until here?
Yes, Miss.
Any question?
No, Miss.
Okay, now you can find the material in your mobile phone or your book. Okay, I will give you 15 minutes. Now you can start now. Okay, what's the group one? Definition. Alright. And then the group two, the social function. Yes. Social function.
Ini apa definisi dari descriptive text? Bagaimana kalau satu-satu?
Kayaknya betul. Sepertinya ya.
Descriptive text is a text that contains a detailed description of an object, either a living being, object, a place, or an event, so that the reader seems to see, hear, feel, or experience what the author described himself. Descriptive text provides information about object related to the five senses. The purpose of this description is to make the reader understand more about the information contained in the text. Jadi itu definisi dari descriptive text.
Nanti ada yang fungsinya. The descriptive text has a function to explain or describe an object, be it humans, place, animals, or things. First, object will be explained in detail about the properties of the subject described, so that the reader will understand the object described in the text.
Oh, I already found the structure chitra.
Okay.
So there are two structures here. As you can see, the first one is identification. So basically, identification is a general description of a topic, and the structure is the descriptive text is aimed to describe what will be discussed in the paragraph. Do you want to mention the second structure?
Okay, the second structure is description. Description is an explanation contains the special characteristic possessed by the object, place, and person being described.
Okay. I think very good, right?
Special participant is a certain object is not only project or example,
The use of adjectives, superlatives, for example, a handsome man, a beautiful woman.
the use of simple person tense, present perfect, use is simple person because it tells the facts of the object being described.
Action verbs, they are verbs that indicate an activity. For example, run, walk, cut.
Alright students, you must master your material and then you will explore explain the material to your original group. Alright? Okay, time is up. So please come back to your original group. Come on. Silakan kembali ke grup asalnya ya. Yes, no problem. Okay, finish. Alright, so silakan ingat siapa tadi yang mendapatkan giliran definition, social function, structure, and language features. And then now you will explain to your original group, your friends in your original group. Okay? Yes.
Teaching.
Hey, who's got the first material? Okay, I got.
Definition of descriptive text. Descriptive text is a text that contains a detailed description of an object, either a living being, an object, a place, or an event, so that the reader seems to see, hear, feel, or experience what the author described himself. Descriptive text provides information about objects related to their five senses. The purpose of this description is to make the reader understand more about the information contained in the text.
Okay. Thank you, Ida. Who's got the second? Okay.
Descriptive text, social function. Descriptive text has a function to explain or describe an object, be it humans, place, animals, or plants. Various objects will be explained in detail about the properties of the object described, so that the reader will understand the object described in a text.
Oh, okay, I understand. I'm the third. So the structure of descriptive text, guys, there are two. The first one is identification, and the second one is description. So the first one is identification. So basically, we just need to identify and describe. And the description, we need to describe the certain things in a very detailed way. Understand?
Yes.
And the last is language feature. There are 4 language features. The first one is specific participant. It means that has a certain object is not general and unique. For example, Uncle Jack. The second one is the use of adjective to clarify nouns. For example, a handsome man. The third one is the use of simple present tense. The sentence pattern used is simple present because it tells the facts of the object being described. And the last one is action verb. There are verbs that indicate an activity. For example, run, walk, cut, and etc.
Oh, like that. Okay, thank you.
The one that you guys please get the definition of descriptive text. Guys, descriptive text is a text that contains a description of an objective, either a living being, object, a place, or an event, so that the reader seems to see, hear, feel, or experience what the author describes himself. Descriptive text provides information about objects related to the five senses. The purpose of this description is to make the reader understand more about the information contained in the text.
Second is the social function about descriptive text. Descriptive text has a function to explain or describe an object, be it humans, place, animals, or plants.
First, object will be explained in detail about the properties of the object described, so that the reader will understand the object described in the text.
Okay, so I get the structure of descriptive text, and there are two structure of descriptive text. The first one is identification. Also, this section is usually can be found in the first paragraph, and the structure of this descriptive text has a purpose to describe what will be discussed in the paragraph. And the second is description. In the description, is an explanation contains the special characteristic possessed by the object, place, and person being described. So to get the language features.
I got the language features in the descriptive text. So for the language features, for the first one is specific participant that has a certain object. It's not general and unique. So there is only one. For example, Uncle Jack, Borobudur Temple, and then the use of adjectives to clarify nouns. For example, a handsome man, a beautiful woman, and then the use of simple present tense. The sentence pattern used is simple present because it tells the fact of the object being described. And then for the last one is action verbs. There are verbs that indicate an activity that the activity can be seen. So for example is run, run, walk, cut, and etc.
Yes, I get the point. Okay, who did the first section, definition of descriptive text?
Me. Okay, so definition of descriptive text is a text that contains a detailed description of an object, either a living being, an object, a place, or an event, so that the reader seems to see, hear, feel, or experience what the author described himself. Descriptive text provides information about objects related to the five senses. The purpose of this description is to make the reader understand more about the information contained in the text.
Okay.
I think I got the social function, and it's about descriptive text has a function to explain or describe an object, be it humans, places, animals, or plants. Various objects will be explained in detail about the properties of the object described, so that the reader will understand the object described in the text.
Okay, for the next is the structure of descriptive text. There are two. The first is identification. It's general description of a topic. This section is usually in the first paragraph. The structure of this descriptive text aims to describe what will be discussed in the paragraph. This section is for general information only. For example, you want to make an example of descriptive text about place. You can fill in the identification section about where the place is located, in what country or what area. But keep in mind that this part is not specific, only an introduction to the place. The explanation is just general information. And for the second is description. It's about an explanation contains the special characteristic possessed by the object, place, or person being described. In this section, only the specific discussion, you can describe the object you chose in more detail. Okay.
Okay, language feature of descriptive text. Descriptive text is the one is a specific participant has certain object is not generally unique. For example, Uncle Jack's Borobudur Temple. And the second is the use of adjectives to clarify nouns. For example, a handsome man, a beautiful woman. And third is the use of simple present tense. The sentence pattern used is the simple present because it tells the facts of the object being described. And the last is action verbs. There are verbs that indicate an activity. For example, run, walk, cut, and so on.
Okay, have you finished? Yes, Miss. Okay, and then do you understand the explanation from your friends? Yes, Miss. Alright, good job. And now I will give you a task in groups. Alright? So you must do the task So group 2, any problem here? There is no miss. Group 3? No problem. So far everything?
Yes, Italy. Paragraf tertentu. Apa itu yang terakhir guys?
Okay, have you finished? Yes, miss. Alright, now we will correct the answer together, alright? Okay, miss. Okay, the first question. Come on, what does the text tell about? The text tell about the Situbondo city. Are you sure? Yes. Alright, good job. And then the second question, which paragraph includes in identification? In paragraph 1? Yes. Are you agree? Another group? Yes. Okay, paragraph 1. And now I will choose from group A. Nita, come on, read the identification.
Okay, I will read the first paragraph. Situbondo is one of the cities in Indonesia, precisely in the province of East Java. This city is located at the very tip of East Java, adjacent to Banyuwangi and bordering the island of Bali. The city of Situbondo is surrounded by sugarcane, tobacco, and baluran protected forests, as well as fishing business location. With its strategic location in the middle of the Java-Bali land transportation route, the city's economy has become very active. The city of Situbondo has the famous Panarukan port as the eastern end of the Anyar Panarukan Road on the island of Java, which was built by Dendels in the Dutch colonial era. The city has 17 sub-districts, 4 sub-districts, and a population of 685,900 people.
Alright, good job. Give applause to yourself. And then the third question. Which paragraph includes the description? Paragraph 2. Everyone agree? Yes. Okay, and then I want to group B. Please read the description part. Chitra, maybe?
As in other cities, Situbondo also has a diversity of cultures, languages, and unique natural charms. The nature in the city of Situbondo is quite beautiful because there are a lot of forests, mountains, rice fields, and the sea. Because there is a lot of sea, rice fields, and plantation, the majority of people living in the city of Situbondo work as a fishermen and farmers. The number of sugarcane plantation in the city of Situbondo make the city one of the largest sugar producers in East Java. The biggest sugar factory in Situbondo is located in Asembagus district, and many people from out of town to abroad come to the city because of its tourist attraction. The community was able to receive them well with a friendly attitude. The Situbondo is a beautiful city that must be visited.
Alright, good job. And then the last question is identify the linguistic features in the text above. Alright, from group C, come on. From group C, I want to choose Naya. Alright,
Miss, okay, for the last question, identify the linguistic features in the text above. For the specific participant, it's Situbondo city, and the use of adjectives, for example, very active, unique, quite beautiful, and friendly.
Alright, everyone agree? Yes! Give applause. Now please collect your answer. Okay, thank you. Yes. Can you turn off? Yes, miss. Alright, maybe that's all our lesson today. And now, who can give a comment to our lesson or our activity? Come on.
So today we've learned about description text means, and then we've done the activity by going to another group and explain to our original group, and then we learned a lot about the structure, the social function, the language features, and then you also give us an assignment and we get to know about the Situbondo cities.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you for your excellent. Alright, I think enough students for today. Thank you for your active participation. So we can say before we close our class today. Alhamdulillah. See you next week. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, miss.
There was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more.
Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need.